And you also have Superman the movie. And I thought, oh, that's cool, clip from the movie. This is the trailer. You could buy the trailer and watch it at home. That's weird. Today, kids are spoiled. They can watch any movie at just click of a button. All they got to do, sit down, click a button, and watch any movie they want to. Well, almost. There's always one or two you can't find. Airheads, for one. But as a Generation X kid, well, I guess we were kind of spoiled too, at least by the mid-'80s. Local video stores were popping up. You could rent almost any movie you wanted. Even the Frisco Kid rented it many of times. Gene Wilder, Harrison Ford, it's like my two favorite things in one. It was like peanut butter and onions. But before the rise of rental video stores, we had to watch movies other ways. One was local television. We had like 3 channels and you flip it around, you might find something you want. Rarely would you find something and be excited that you're going to watch it in the afternoon. Usually it was like a 1940s or 50s movie. But you turn it on, sometimes it'll pull you in, you get excited about it. And then there was the movie of the week. Remember that? The movie of the week. This is where we got to see blockbusters on television network. Cut down, of course. All the good parts cut out. No titties. No violence. No bad words. But then HBO came along. Man, we could see all the titties we wanted to. Especially if you had Cinemax. Even if it was scrambled. But there was another way we could watch a movie at home, or at least clips of the movie. And that was Super 8. Now the company that released most of these was a company called Ken Films. Who's Ken? I don't know. I guess he's the owner of the company. Not really sure who. Maybe it's named after his kid. I don't know. Don't really care. But Ken Films released a lot of these. And a lot of these were mostly science fiction movies of the 50s, horror movies around that era, some in the 60s, and some cartoons and everything. But in the 70s, they did start to release some of the movies, like Star Wars. And boy, I got some news for you. I found something I didn't even know about when it comes to Star Wars. We'll save that for a little later in this video. But Super 8, one thing, you can make your own movie, thanks to a video camera like this. Now, I think I said video camera. Should have said film camera. Now, we had one as a kid, and it wasn't like this, but I can remember me and my buddy Mike making a zombie movie called Pac-Man Fever. I guess we were big fans of the song. I don't think we ever got the film developed. Honestly, might not even been a film in it. So, it's lost forever.
Jump, come on.
Larry, what?
You gonna tell about the movie I made? My Super 8 movie from the 1950s?
Yes. As many of you probably know, our producer of the show, Larry J. Wampa, did star in his own 1950s monster movie.
Hell, it was great. It was a big regional hit. In Arkansas. Man, a lot of people, man, it was a big, everybody talks about that movie. I still get people asking me about it today.
Sadly, all copies of his movies were lost after a hurricane. It was a bad time.
Yeah, but you just remember.
What?
I mean, somebody just found a clip from it and sent it to me. I couldn't believe it.
Larry's very excited because it seems that someone found a clip from the movie. And he wants us to show it. But we'll look at that. Let's get back to talking these Super 8s. Now, again, a lot of these were old cartoons, old movies, but every once in a while you would walk in and find a current movie. Again, it wasn't the full movie. It was just clips of the movie. Sometimes with sound, sometimes without sound, sometimes black and white, sometimes color, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes almost 20 minutes. I can remember going to Kmart and they had this big old rack over in the film department. You could spin it around and look through it. I can remember Star Wars sitting on that rack. And we did have it. It was a lot of fun to watch. Didn't have any sound. I think you had to have a special kind of film projector to have sound. But it was fun watching it. It was grainy, but it was like watching Star Wars at home. I want to say we had the color one, but maybe that's just my memory playing tricks on me. So let's look at some of these boxes to the film reels of some of the movies that we got and we could watch at home in our basement back in the 70s, maybe the early 80s. By the mid 80s, we didn't care anymore because we had VHS tapes. Some of you had beta. Some of you had Laserdisc. Some of you had that big plastic cartridge that was like an SD card. Remember that crap? Anyway, let's take a look at some of these boxes. High Plains Drifter, a classic Clint Eastwood movie. Man, was there any better cowboy than Clint Eastwood?
John Wayne.
Yes, Larry, you're right about that. So let's move on here. And how about this? Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Oh, there we go. Paul Newman and Robert Redford teaming up together. Who ever thought they would see that on Super 8? But you could watch it in your basement. Now, I noticed this is 20th Century Fox, and a lot of them was, so they must have liked working with Ken Films. And although this isn't one, and going through this video, you'll see a lot of them have some really cool artwork. That's really just looks more like something from the poster. But check this out right here. Monsters from the prehistorical planet. Oh, that sounds good right there. Oh
yeah.
What, Larry?
It reminds me of my monster movie. That looks kind of like it. That kind of looks kind of like it. Man, if you can find that one, I bet you can find my monster movie. I did a monster. It was back in the 1950s, man. It was a lot.
I know, you did a monster movie back in the 50s. We'll look at that clip and we'll get to it. But there it goes right there. That looks cool. Look at that big bird dinosaur thing. It's a monster, I guess. That looks scary, and it's Super 8. Check out this right here. MASH. Yeah, MASH, the movie. Not the TV show with Alan Alda. Jamie Farr. We're talking about the movie. I think Radar's in both of them. The guy, same actor. What was his name? I forget his name right now. You tell me in the comments. What was that guy's name? Harry Linville? Oh, was that Connor? Anyway, I don't care. Y'all don't care about that. Oh, y'all care about MASH right there. Elliot Gould, Donald Sutherland. Oh, MASH. He's got a hand doing this. It's got a hat on it. That's crazy. Check out this right here. Frankenstein. Oh, he rolled the 7 wonders of the world into one. I don't even know what that means. That's the weirdest tag I ever heard. Oh, Frankenstein conquers the world. I didn't see that. That don't even look nothing like Frankenstein. That's It doesn't say Frankenstein's monster. It looks like he's fighting gods. It looks like the kind of movie that Fred Sanford would say he wasn't going out that night because he was going to stay home and watch a movie. He always watched some crazy stuff like this. Frankenstein conquers the world. Huh. And then we've got King Kong. Oh, King Kong was back. King Kong. Now, this is straight out 70s, man. I loved, as a kid, anytime I saw anything with King Kong. And it would make me say, you know what? It would make me say it. You know I got to say it. If you watch my channel, you know I'm going to say it. King Kong went to Hong Kong to play ping pong with his ding dong. Oh, I love saying that as a kid. Let's see. Here we go. King Kong. You can watch a color. How long does it say? I always tell you how long the film strip is. I ain't got time to do math. And then we've got Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Look at him. He's killing a human. You want to see an ape kill a human in the basement on your wall? Well, you could do it with this Super 8. I think they released all of the Planet of the Apes movies. And they also released The Adventures of Batman. Look at Batman. He has no shirt, but he has a tattoo of a bat symbol on his shirt. Did you ever know We need to put that in the new movies. Robert Pattinson, don't you play Batman now? You need that shirtless Robert Pattinson with a tattoo on it. That's crazy. The mighty hero of all action serials. Oh, I love to eat some cereal. And then we've got, they even put the TV show Hulk on Super 8. Super 8. Hopefully that's the whole thing right there, because the show's on. No, that show was an hour. Probably cut it down. Hopefully it's a whole story. Lou Ferrigno played the Hulk. Did you know that? Lou Ferrigno played the Hulk. Oh, man. There we go. Right there. Oh, that looks really cool. Check out this right here. Alien. Oh, Alien. You can watch that at home. But that'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? In a basement, 70s, lights all out. That sound from I love that sound. I can still smell when somebody turns on, well, nobody turns it on anymore, and I ain't smelled it in a long time, but if I hear the sound of like a Super 8 projector, of a film projector, I can just smell it. You know, it smells like a hot bub smell. And it's, teachers used to roll it on a big old cart, then they started rolling in the VHS player. But before that, they rolled the film strip in. One of them got picked to film the smart kid, or got to pick to put the film strip in. Oh. Good times. And then we have the greatest show on earth. Sounds like they're talking about Junkman's YouTube channel right there. And check out this right here. Yep, you want to see Tony Curtis as the Boston Strangler? Yeah, you could. You could actually see Henry Fonda. Maybe he's the Boston Stranger. Maybe so. I don't know which one is, but he gets to strangle some people, and he gets to do it in Boston. That's a win-win right there. And then you got The War of the Worlds. Another one of those kind of B science fiction movies released in the 50s.
Oh, that's a classic like my movie. Hey, show the clip from my movie.
A few minutes later. We'll get there, Larry.
Oh, hurry up. Oh, okay.
And then we got, this is somebody trying to make some money off Jaws. Because it's not Jaws, it's the Jaws of Death. Marco. I don't know who Marco is. Or Richard Jacqueline. I don't know who Richard Jacqueline is either. But it looks like a shark eating a red lady. Sharks eating a red lady. It happens all the time. And then we got Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse. Remember that? Remember that theme song?
Mighty down, here I come to save the day.
Oh, that's a bad Andy Kaufman impression. But there we go, right there. Home movies. Mighty Mouse. Super 8. Man, he's so super, I ought to call him Super 9. And Superman. Or Der Film. This must be some German release or something. First I thought it was trying to say Darner Film. I didn't know. But there it is. Superman. Right there. 8mm. Oh, excuse me. Super 8. Super 8 Superman. That's pretty darn cool. And you also have Superman the movie. And I thought, oh, that's cool. Clip from the movie. This is the trailer. You could buy the trailer and watch it at home. That's weird. I guess it's not weird. I love when you can buy DVDs with the trailers on them. It's the first thing I want. I love watching trailers. But I don't know. I always was into trailers. In fact, you can see one. I got a trailer right there of Star Trek Generations right there. I don't know if you can see it, but I do. Got it right there. Let's go on to this right here. What's this say? The spider. It must, what? The spider. It must eat you to live. Oh, that sounds crazy. That's some scary stuff. Reminds me of one of those scary science fiction movies of the 50s,
Oh,
man.
yeah, that reminds me of the movie I did back in the 50s.
Coming
Now,
up, Larry. Coming up. Let's just get through some more of these. How about a horror film for you? The Night of the Blood Beast. Look at him, he's taking his head off. That lady's like, oh, don't kill me. And he's like, I'll take my head off for you. And he says, oh my God, it's scary. That's worse than getting eaten by the man. He takes his head off. That's just crazy stuff. And check out this right here. Evel Knievel. Oh, Evel Knievel. Now, it says starring George Hamilton. Did he play Evel? I thought that movie was called Viva Knievel with George. Maybe it was Evel Knievel played Evel. I think I got them mixed up. I think you're right. Yeah, George Hamilton, who played Hank Williams, the country singer, a legend, also played the legend Daredevil, Evel Knievel, right there, the last of the Daredevils. Now we're going to see some real Evel Knievel stunts. To be honest with you, I was going to watch this film, but there it is in Super 8. And then we got Superman, the Amazing Superman. Sorry, a cartoon Superman on Super 8. That's super fantastic. And the French Connection. You're not sitting, if you're a kid in the 70s, you probably won't care about watching this clips, a 20-minute clip of this. Not saying it's a bad movie or anything, but if you're like 7, your dad's got the film projector all up and Star Wars is here and he's got some other ones on the pile, you're like, French kid, let's wait. I'll go get the popcorn while you watch that. Again, not watching an adult, that's different. But who? Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman right there. And then you got Escape from the Planet of the Apes. Oh my God. They got tired of living with all them apes and they had to escape. Oh, that's Planet of the Apes. Well, crazy. Crazy right there. And how about this right here? The Godfather. That's an odd cover. That's an odd box image to put on it. When I think Godfather, it just seems so odd. But let's put the guy getting strangled on there. And check out this one, Iron Man. Iron Man, the cartoon, was on Super 8. You're like, well, what does it look like? What does it look like? It look like this right here. That's crude. But it's Iron Man. You could watch a cartoon of Iron Man on the wall. Man. Maybe some of you had a screen. We did have a screen, come think of it. But sometimes we show it on the wall, too. How about Beneath the Planet of the Apes? He thought a lot of bad stuff, weird stuff was going on top of the Planet of the Apes. Well, they went underneath the Planet of the Apes for this one, and it's awful. And then we got Slapshot, Part 2. The second part of Slapshot right there, Paul Newman. Yeah, you can buy Paul Newman. He's for sale, he says. I'm for real. Now we're going to get into Star Wars. We're going to look at the Star Wars ones. Oh, man, because like I said, I can remember the box. In fact, I was going to buy one of these at a toy show. The guy wanted $40 for it. Tried talking down to $35. He wouldn't do it. If you're not going to give me a deal, I ain't buying from you. It's the principle of the thing. So let's get it.
Junkman, let's watch my clip first.
Okay, Larry. Now, before we look at Star Wars, and before I show you something that even blew my mind that I didn't even know was released, let's take a look at a scene from the Lost Larry. What was the name of the movie, Larry?
Attack of the 800-foot snow monster.
That's a good name right there. Again, sorry, the full movie's been lost in a hurricane. When did that hurricane hit?
May 25th, 1977. Bad day.
Whew. Here's a clip. There, that's what Larry wanted you. That's what he was all like. There you go. Larry, you happy?
Thank you, Junkman. Oh, man. I wish I could find the real movie. I wish I could find the full movie. The full movie. You would love it, guys, man. I'm not gonna, no spoiler or anything, but it has a happy ending. He ends at a wedding. That's right, I get married. It's a love story.
Sometimes you got to make the producer happy, right? Let's talk about Star Wars on Super 8. And here it is, right here. I can remember this box. Look at Han Solo kicking some butt. Now, these were about 10 minutes, maybe 15, maybe a little longer, depending on what you get. Like different ones. Someone was more the cantina scene. Someone was like the battle scene at the end. Someone was escaping from the Death Star. Maybe Obi-Wan and Vader fighting. It was really cool. As you can see right here, they also released this box. I've never really seen this box. Must be pretty rare box here. But there it is. What does it say? Selected scene, 17 minutes. Now, I read on a website that there was a German one released with some scenes that wasn't in the U.S. release. But I don't know if they meant wasn't in the U.S. release of the Super 8 or not in the movie at all. That would be weird if it's deleted scenes. I never heard about it. But there you go right there, man. It's two different scenes. It's the cantina scene and the Death Star scene. Let's look at the back of the box here. Remember that guy like has a piece of doo-doo coming out of his head. Oh, man. You can imagine getting that box at Kmart. You know you're going to go home and watch Star Wars. It's just 17 minutes of it. You'd be so excited. So excited. And, of course, they did them in other countries. Here, as I talked about, here's one that I would probably choke to death if I tried to pronounce. It's the same box. And then, of course, you have The Empire Strikes Back. This one's funny to me because look at Yoda. Looks like a poster you hang on the wall. Look at the font they use for Yoda's name. Isn't that weird? That's weird, at least to me. I've never seen that box. This is the box I've seen when it comes to The Empire. Didn't have Empire, just had Star Wars. But there it is, The Empire Strikes Back Super 8. Now you're thinking, where's Return of the Jedi? Well, by then, the VHS craze, or renting movie craze, home video release craze was in full gear, and we didn't get Return of the Jedi on Super 8. I read at the Saving Star Wars website that there was one released in another country, but I couldn't find any information or pictures of that. If it was, it's probably a bootleg. I don't know who's going to bootleg. I guess I don't know, bootleg that, but here's one that even as a Star Wars fan of Star Wars merchandise, I didn't even know about. Even the Star Wars Archives website, it archives almost all of the merchandise. I couldn't even find it on it. But apparently, a UK company in 1989 released a Super 8 of the original Star Wars movie. Of course, looking at the box, you think it might be Return of the Jedi. But nope, they released this. And here's the trick. Here's what I didn't know. Well, I didn't know they even released the thing, but it's not 5 minutes. It's not 15 minutes. It's not 30 minutes. It's the full movie of A New Hope, officially released on Super 8 in 1989. I can't say they sell a lot of these. I mean, we already had the videotapes by then. But man, it'd be kind of cool to see, wouldn't it? Maybe kind of get this and have your friends all come over and show it. Super 8, the complete movie. Here's some stills from it. I found it over the Saving Star Wars website. I can't remember if it's .com or .net, so just type into Google Saving Star Wars. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description. I'll probably forget, but I'll try to remember that. But here's some scenes from the film. Man, that's seeing Star Wars in a way. That's no special edition right there. You ain't seeing no awful CGI Jabba, that's for sure. And there it is out of the box. In case you're wondering what it looks like, there it is with the reel and everything. I didn't even know I couldn't believe, I've never seen this before. I could not believe. Usually when I do this video, it's very rare I find something Star Wars that I didn't even know about. When it comes to merchandise, not saying I'm some expert and know about everything, but making the YouTube videos, I've seen a lot of it. I've never even seen this at a toy show or heard about it. Super 8, Star Wars, the full movie.
The full movie? I had to walk away for a second. Did someone find my full movie? Oh boy, well, let's watch it.
No, Larry, nobody's found your full movie yet.
Oh man, I'm lost media.
There was only like 5 copies of it ever made.
Show the clip again. They want to see it.
No, I'm not going to show it again. The people can run back. They want to watch it again, but they don't. Well, that's the looks of Super 8 movies. Did you watch any of these as a kid? Did you have Super 8 where you're like, hey, I'm old, but dang, Junkman, I ain't that old?
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.